Alright everyone, how's it going? I'm Rabea.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Sounds Like with Andertons TV.
So, who are we going to sound like today?
It's rather challenging, to be fair. We're going to try and sound like Jack White.
Jack White of White Stripes, the Raconteurs, and the Dead Weather.
Yeah,
and Solo.
He's just a massive superstar guitar playing crazy man.
He is. Been around a while and done lots and lots of things. And has lots and lots of guitar sounds.
He's a super cool dude, by the looks of things.
Okay.
What? He does seem pretty cool, though, in fairness. The kind of bloke I like to know.
Yeah, cool guy. So basically, given that there's so many guitar sounds to choose from, we decided to focus on only a few.
Yeah, and Matt knows more about the kind of Jack White sort of tones and stuff like that than me. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying to Matt earlier, when I was younger, really didn't get into this kind of stuff. But as I've grown older and had a listen, over the years, and as of late, quite like the sounds that he's going for. Very unique. I like it.
Awesome.
So yeah, tell us a bit about the.
Well, he's obviously well known for playing through a lot of vintage gear. I think it was famously in his "It Might Get Loud" documentary with Jimmy Page and the Edge.
Where he put together a plank of wood
plank of wood, nail, and a bit of string, and was like, "Look, you can play anything."
Yeah, that was cool actually.
Yeah. So making a point, it's not really about what you have. Although saying that, he does have a lot of gear.
Yeah.
And has played a lot of gear.
Yeah.
So lots of vintage stuff. Obviously, we can't get hold of that for our budget. As you know by now, it sounds like we go for a budget of around the £1,500 mark, and see how close we can get on a set of songs. We've gone here, as you can see, for a Gretsch.
It's an Electromatic.
It is. Double cutaway.
I must admit, I think they look so cool, these guitars.
They're great. They're really nice.
I mean, this one's China made, but to be honest with you, it doesn't feel like a sort of a cheap, Far East guitar. It feels quite well made. It feels like it's got good electronics in it and stuff like that. It's got Bigsby on it, which is nice.
Bigsby's are awesome.
And it generally just looks the part. I mean, I've seen him playing a few of these kind of guitars. Obviously, the proper expensive versions, but
he actually had a lot of guitars that looked like Gretches, but they're actually made by Parsons, which is like a one-man band company. Obviously, custom made and very, very expensive.
What was that famous plastic red thing?
Yeah, he had a JB Hutto. It's called
JB
guitar.
Hutto.
It's an old vintage guitar.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like an Explorer shape, but if you made it less defined.
Like 8-bit, pixelated, 8-bit version.
Yeah, exactly. That's famously in his White Stripes days, and then I think because he's done so many different things, it's changed quite a lot.
I must admit, the Raconteurs is more my kind of music than the White Stripes, but having listened to a few of the White Stripes tunes recently, I've quite enjoyed the sort of, I don't know, the energy, I guess.
Let's go through the gear.
Yeah, let's go through the gear. So we've done the guitar, We've got the Electromatic, we're running it into a Fender Blues Junior. which is a beautiful little combo. So simple. It's got a nice reverb tank in it. It's just, one channel. It has a fat switch, which is pushed in.
Nice, enabled.
And I think it's a 112. It's just a little 12-inch speaker. And it really is loud. It kicks, proper does. And it's tiny. And it looks lovely with the tweed sort of coating, the tweed sort of Tolex. So that's the guitar and the amp.
Yep.
And I guess on their own, they sound like... Is this on? No, it's not. This is the kind of sound we've got just as is.
Yes.
Which is quite nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, yeah, quite a lot of... I think... I know, having listened to, I guess, a bit of Jack White's work, is he seems to always kind of push it, almost so your ears are going like, any more and I'll kind of not be able to handle it,
I suppose when he was recording it, he was literally pushing those amps to their...
Exactly.
Which we can't do in here.
We can't do it here, and you probably can't do it at home. So, yeah, we've gone for, I guess, a set of 3 pedals, which, just to give us kind of a basic...
that rock rhythm tone.
Yeah, like a rhythm sound.
And a few of the quirky ones.
Yeah, a few specifics, I guess. What we haven't been able to do is get his... He has a very specific lead tone, which requires a Digitech whammy.
Which we couldn't get hold of because, unfortunately, at the minute, they're sold out.
Yes, so maybe another time. But going through the pedals, we've got the Pog 2. Obviously, you can get a micro Pog version, which keeps the budget down as well.
That's the polyphonic. Yeah, that's the one that has 2 harmonies above and 2 below, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and you can have up to 8 presets on that thing, and it has After Effects like a filter, envelope filter.
Well, this is much more complex than.
Yeah, I have the micro Pog.
Yeah,
but that one does all sorts.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. So an octave pedal, and then Big Muff distortion pedal, which is...
It's just a big muff.
Distortion is.
Yeah.
It's well known. And then a micro amp by MXR on the end, which is basically just to kind of give us a bit more of a boost.
Well, they're renowned for pushing amps, really. They call them the micro amp, but whenever I've used one on recordings, it's just when you've got an amp that's cranked and you just plug that in front of it and give it a little bit extra.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
to push that amp a little bit more in the preamp stage.
Yeah, so we're using that even on kind of almost just a clean sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of really like push those speakers.
Yeah.
But okay, so first we'll go for, I guess, the feature sound is one of my favourite sounds by Jack White and the White Stripes, which is the song Blue Orchid, which is on the album Get Behind Me Satan. So that uses kind of everything we have here. So
yeah.
So yeah, all we're doing there is we've got, just having kind of tuned it by ear, is we've got an octave below, one above, and a second octave above. The 2 higher octaves are louder than the one below.
Well, let's try it each individually and see what it sounds like. So just have the Pog as it was set.
Yeah,
just
do that
with the clean guitar and see what that sounds like. So. So you might have noticed it's gotten a little bit quieter there.
Yeah,
that's where the micro amp comes in.
There you go.
That's great. It sounds just like it to me.
It does, yeah. It's really, really good. And you might notice as well that there's a dry output control on the octave pedal here, which does give it a little bit of a boost as well.
It crispens it up, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's super nice. So that is that sound. Other sounds we looked at,
Fell in Love with a Girl.
Fell in Love with a Girl off Elephant.
That was just pushing the power section using the micro amp.
That was it. And the hardest button to button.
Yeah.
We looked at that. It's pretty much the same sound, honestly. So
yeah, it's just a nice sort of. It's actually a really clean, quite an articulate tone. There's not much gain. There's not much sustain. However, all the pedals do their job. I didn't realise how much of an electro-harmonics nut he is, you know, because he has the bass balls. I've seen that he's used as well. He's got those. There's all sorts of stuff that
he does use a lot of different pedals.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we said, we only got a few here, but given the plethora of songs and back catalogue he has, I'm sure they all get used here and there.
Yeah. So yeah, there's just a quick look at how to do a Jack White sound with a few pedals and a relatively modest rig, like the guitar amp and the pedals. I mean, what's the total, roughly?
Ballpark, it's about 400 for the guitar, another 450 for the amp, so 850, 900 there. And then the pogs come in, the micro pog would be about 140, and then 60 for a big muff, and then 70 for that. So 130, 300 plus about 900, about £1,200.
£1,200 for a Jack White rig.
Which is pretty reasonable. And obviously, it's a much more versatile rig than what we've shown you here. So
yeah, I mean, it can do the straight up rock tones, and you can get the oddball muff sounds, and the pog does way more than we've shown it off here. But this is how to sound like Jack White on a budget. So we hope you've enjoyed it. Please comment and let us know what you think, and also suggest new Sounds Like videos for us to do.
Yep.
In the comment section below.
Cool. Well, yeah, this has been Sounds Like with Andertons TV, and I have been Matt.
I have been Rabea.
And this has also been Sounds Like on Andertons TV again.
See you later.
Bye.